Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk with the Watts Brothers, we will have previews and predictions for the Chicago Cubs and our St. Louis Cardinals, and we'll have our latest headlines followed by our final thoughts. So stay tuned. Double Take Sports Talk is next. All right, Double Take Sports Talk with me, Darren Watts. Say hello to Darren Watts today.
Yo, what's going on, man? What's up?
What's happening?
Still living the day, man.
Yeah. Just living the day by day.
You look tired, Darren.
Huh?
You look tired, man.
Yeah. Just working. Not sleeping. That's my problem. Been my problem for the last couple days.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. All right, so we have our previews and predictions for our prospective teams. Again, I have no idea who the Cubs are playing.
The Brewers.
Okay, and the St. Louis Cardinals, I think, is facing off against the
Pirates, I think.
Pittsburgh Pirates, yeah. I want to say the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jerry, you ready to do it?
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
All right. Previews, predictions, Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals. Let's start with the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Daryl, it's yours.
All right, here we go. 220 pitch out. We got the 74-68 Milwaukee Brewers going up against the 77-65 Chicago Cubs. That's going to be at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. Starting projected pitchers for this afternoon's game. For the Brewers, we have right-handed pitcher Zach Davies. He should 16-8 on a year with a 3.77 ERA with 113 strikeouts. For the Chicago Cubs, you have right-handed pitcher 6-4 Kyle Hendricks with a 3.29 ERA with 96 strikeouts. A couple things to note for today's game. Chris Bryant has been tough on Davies. He is 9 for 22 in previous matchups with two doubles, a triple, and a home run. With the fourth inning walk on Saturday, Bryant had reached safely in 34 consecutive starts. And which speaks of Davies, he has been terrific on the road this season. He is 8-2 with a 2.10 ERA in 15 games away from Miller Park. He has said the time on the bench while the road team bats in the top of first inning is helpful for a command pitcher, and he has tried to replicate those quiet moments in his recent starts at home. It makes sense for an 8-2 guy away from Miller Park. Kyle Hendricks has gotten his season back on track since beginning of the year with a 6.19 ERA in his first 3 starts, including 2 games against the Brewers in which he surrendered 8 earned runs in 11 innings. Over Hendricks' last 17 starts, he has 2.82 ERA. That's all I got for the Cubs and the Brewers. Let's send on over to St. Louis. Darren, floor is yours, man.
All right. We have the 67-76 Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the 74-68 St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch is at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time at Busch Stadium. Projected starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Ivan Nova. He is 11-12 on the year with a 4.11 ERA and 114 strikeouts. Going up against St. Louis projected starting pitcher Michael Wichita. 11-7, 4.21 ERA, and 132 strikeouts. What to look for in this game? Number 1, Pirates outfielder Andrew McCutchen is hitting .353 with 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs in his career against Wichita. Number 2, outfielder Dexter Fowler is the only Cardinals player with more than 6 at-bats against Nova. He is hitting .300 with 1 RBI. And lastly but not least, Cardinals second baseman Colton Wong returns to the lineup on Saturday after missing 5 games with a tight back. Wong batted .3.7 for the month of August, the 9th best mark amongst National League hitters. That's what you need to know for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. That being said, Durham, who do you have for the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers?
This is going to be a tough one. I'm just going to have to toss this one, any, mini, money, mo, Cubs.
You got any, mini, money, mo. I got the Cubs too.
It's kind of tough to say because they're both having good stuff, having a stellar season. So we're like in the second half. So
I'm just going with the Cubs. The Cubs just are kind of like my favorites right now. And for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates, Daryl, who do you have in that game?
I got St. Louis.
I do too.
Yeah, St. Louis.
St. Louis have been proving me wrong.
Yes,
every series that I said that they were going to lose, they have won.
They have won.
So I'm going with St. Louis.
Yep. Wise move.
Yeah, thank you. There's the predictions for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. And while you're sitting there talking about me with the wise move on picking St. Louis, you better hope you picked your wise moves tonight for Sunday Night Football and that Colts game today. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Hey, man, this is a baseball episode, man. What is wrong with you?
It don't matter. You just talked about me and my predictions. So I'm talking about yours and your prediction from another sport.
That's okay. That's all right.
Headlines. Daryl, football, basketball, baseball is yours.
All right. Here you go. Here's your headlines for the sports world of MLB, NFL, and NBA for September 10th, 2017. For the NBA aspect, Tracy McGrady, Rebecca Lobo, and Self has headed a Hall of Fame class. I got his name, and I wrote it down too. Isaiah Thomas will miss the start of the regular season with, of course, his hip injury. And wow, already? I just thought about that. Oh, wow. Season's coming back. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Dwayne Wade is, nearing retirement. He's ready to retire, but he wants to compete for a final championship run before he retires.
That means he might be going to Cleveland.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, yeah, the chances just shot up when John Rondo left.
Yep.
All right. That's for the NBA aspect. We'll take a quick look at the NFL side. Andrew Luck, he could be out until October.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's why they pick up Jacoby Brisket.
That's why they picked him up, and that's exactly why, for I said from the beginning, he started that dang old podcast.
Yep.
For that reason alone. Because he ain't coming back no time soon. Redskins tight end Reed, he is dealing with a fractured big toe. Ouch. Odell Beckham Jr., he is a game-time decision. Cam Newton will play in his game also. Ezekiel Elliott, he has been granted to play this week. Well, today he has been granted that, and he has also got this suspension thing on hold, but that does not mean that that's a done deal. They are still looking into everything right now. It's just on hold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. MLB. The only thing I got for this one is, of course, the Indians winning 17 in a row. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
For them to rally back and get themselves back in the playoffs and probably back to another World Series.
Just like last year. This is the same scenario last year.
Same scenario. That sounds about right. So, of course, the Brewers cut the deficit into the NL Central to three games. And, of course, St. Louis is looking good there. And you said it during the predictions, preview predictions. That's all I got. That's all I got for the sports world of MLB, NFL, and NBA for September 10th, 2017. All right. Final thoughts. Darren, you got anything for us?
Absolutely not.
I got one thing for you. I wanted to ask your thoughts on this. I did tell you a few days ago about the Red Sox using devices and cheating on the
Yes, you did.
against the Yankees. Man, what's your thoughts about that? What do you think about that, especially for them being world champions, for multiple years and stuff like that, and for them to actually do some stuff like this, taking on their role leader, their influence of the New England Patriots. What do you think about that?
You just said it. Taking on their influences. Congratulations to them for picking up their bad habits. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Yeah, and just so everybody know that it was actually they used an Apple Watch, the one Darren got on his wrist right now.
I hate to break this to you.
You don't, of course.
Yeah. But he's really talking about this. That.
Yeah, Apple Watch. That's what the Red Sox used to steal signals from the New York Yankees during that series. And the MLB is looking into that investigation. But until then, we'll figure out what happened. We'll keep you updated on that. But if anything else, we go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here.
Let's do it.
All right. That ends another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, just give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show, you just comment in the comment section below as usual. We are here. Of course, we're on the social media sites of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you have any questions for us, just hit us there. Also, we are here. We'll find the best way we can. But until then, I'm Daryl. There's on the opposite side.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then, ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Daryl Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. And we're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking of analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.